orders the crew to find a place to hide instead. The submarine enters a crack in the ice wall, shaking every time the ice hits it and breaks. The noise in the radar is getting stronger and hurts the ears of those with headphones. As the mysterious enemy chases after them, the crew is forced to stop the submarine because the wall blocks their way. Thankfully, their pursuer has already gone away. While the crew assesses the damage that the submarine has taken, Olshansky scolds Victor for taking unnecessary risks. They have no choice but to resurface for repairs. On the surface, Julia and Oscar are cuddling against some rocks to try to stay warm. Suddenly they see the ice cracking as the submarine emerges from the water. The crew immediately sees the survivors and comes out to meet them. After making sure that the duo isn't armed, they hear their story. Victor checks on the buoy before talking to Olshansky, who tells him to only give some food to the civilians and leave them behind because they could be spies. However, Victor takes pity on them and tells them to join them. Afterward, the submarine goes back underwater so they can start the search near the buoy. After a medical check, Julia and Oscar are fed. Victor joins them at the table and shows them a map, asking them to point at their camp and wondering if they saw anything strange. When Julia tells him about the explosives, Victor concludes that's what sank his brother's vessel. The crew discusses how to proceed and Olshansky says they should go back because of the mysterious threat, since they won't be able to send an emergency signal if they're attacked again. However, Victor is desperate to find his brother and orders the crew to send the submarine in the direction of Julia's camp. Olshansky talks to Victor in private and warns him that this is the second time he makes the wrong choice. If he makes another one, it'll be over. Then Victor explains to his first mate that they need to hurry up because if the other submarine has any survivors, they probably don't have much oxygen left. Meanwhile, Julia hears a strange noise and Oscar points out it's the sonar looking for the other submarine. The search continues for a while until the radar finds the mysterious opponent coming after them again. Victor tells the crew to find a place to hide like they did before, but this is an open area without cover. They decide to send an emergency signal to the oil rig and they're relieved to get permission to hide there. While the submarine gets ready to resurface, the workers at the rig see giant tentacles rising from the sea and activate the alarm. The tentacles start attacking the rig, bringing down all the structures and causing many explosions. The workers panic and try to run, but there's nowhere for them to go as the rig starts to crumble. The submarine loses contact, so Victor uses the periscope to investigate. He's horrified to watch the tentacles bring down the rig and sends the image to the screen so the crew can see what they're dealing with. Once the rig has been completely destroyed, the mysterious monster goes after the submarine again. The vessel has to make a sudden turn to escape and things fall all over the kitchen. Olshansky thinks that Victor making the crew escape instead of attacking is his third mistake and announces he's taking over leadership. 2 torpedoes are quickly shot and they successfully hit their target, so Olshansky says that this is how it's done. However, Olshansky's face falls when he hears an officer announce that the enemy is still moving. More torpedoes are shot and another explosion indicates they've hit the target again, but this is still not enough to kill it. The monster is coming after them and Olshansky freezes because he doesn't know what to do, so Victor has to assume command again. He makes the crew move the submarine as fast as possible and they manage to dodge most of the incoming attack, but the tentacle still brushes the submarine and causes some damage. The whole crew falls and Victor hits his head, leaving him dizzy. Some of the computers short circuit and one even crushes a man. The submarine starts sinking and the animal uses the chance to hit it again. An explosion goes off in the torpedo compartment, which starts a fire. They cut the ventilation and seal that area, leaving 7 people inside who use extinguishers to take care of the flames. Another hit from the tentacles makes the submarine start falling faster and the radar says the beast is surrounding them from all sides. A closer look finally reveals that it's a Kraken. Since they can't use the last torpedoes, the crew discusses their options and Victor tells them to enter silence mode because marine creatures usually hunt by noise. The workers have to stop fighting the fire for now, which causes the levels of carbon monoxide to rise in the torpedo compartment. As a noise from the beast hurts the communicator officer's ears through the headphones, the men in the torpedo room wonder if they'll die like this. Fortunately, Victor's plan works and the Kraken swims away. Now the crew can move again, but the fire has spread and is too big to be put off by just a few extinguishers.